My lord, I was just cleaning. I didn't mean to. You saw, Gideon hissed, drawing a dagger from his belt. The blade caught the moonlight. You saw the snakes. You're the High Inquisitor, I stammered, backing away until my spine hit the cold stone base of the mirror. You've sent thousands to the wastes for simple theft, but you're rotting. Gideon stopped, a bitter, hollow laugh escaping his lips. Do you know what those vipers are, boy? They are the sins of the wealthy. The aristocracy pays me in gold, and in return, I use a forbidden binding ritual to pull their malice out of their souls and swallow it into my own. It keeps them clean. It keeps the kingdom stable. Makes you a fraud, I said, my voice growing steadier as the shock turned into disgust. You punish the poor peasants whose tongues split over a white lie, while you harbor a nest of demons to keep the rich looking holy. It is a necessary sacrifice, Gideon roared, raising the dagger. The people need an icon. They need to believe perfection is possible, or the whole social order collapses. I am the savior of Viridia, and I will not let a nameless piece of grit like you shatter the peace, he lunged. I didn't have a weapon, so I did the only thing I could. I threw myself sideways, grabbing the heavy iron bucket of spirit water and flinging it directly at the face of the ethel glass. The consecrated water hit the crystal surface, instantly activating its maximum resonance. The mirror didn't just project an image anymore, it locked onto the nearest source of corruption and magnified it. Gideon screamed as a massive, invisible force slammed into his chest, throwing him to the marble floor. The vipers in his reflection began to wail, a high-pitched, agonizing screech that shattered the stained glass windows of the tower. Stop it, Gideon begged, vomiting black bile as the mirror began to forcibly draw the hidden corruption out of his physical flesh. Break the glass. Please, I spent my life thinking I was cursed because I had no reflection, I said, watching as the black smoke poured from his chest, staining his hands into the very claws he used to condemn others. But now I see why the mirror leaves me blank. I don't harbor secrets, Gideon, I don't wear a mask. Light from the mirror grew blindingly white, completely stripping away the last of Gideon's illusions. When the dust settled, the High Inquisitor was gone. In his place lay a shriveled, trembling man, his skin mapped with the black veins of every sin he had ever covered up. The morning bells began to toll, and the heavy doors opened as the first citizens arrived for their daily judgment. They stopped in their tracks, staring at the pathetic figure on the floor, and then up at the mirror. For the first time in history, the ethel glass showed the truth to the public. I dropped my rag into the empty bucket and walked past the crowd. I still didn't have a reflection, but as I stepped out into the morning sun, I knew I didn't need a magic mirror to tell me who I was.